This is IFV, the web space with your dose of business and financial news. In full view, we're making your business our business.
Welcome to In Full View. I'm Marcella Palmer, bringing you the week's medium and small business news. This week, we're talking to two people on the cutting edge of the media metamorphosis. David Card, VP of Research for GigaOM Pro, which provides real-time expert industry analysis on emerging tech markets, might have a surprise in store about how powerful the traditional methods of discovery still are, despite the excitement surrounding digital and social media. While Liz Schimel, Chief Digital Officer of the Meredith Corporation, has a different take. She tells us how digital content and mobile devices have changed the way a large and successful female-focused media and marketing company like Meredith thinks about how it creates and distributes content to women who are driving the internet economy through social media.
One of the key challenges that media companies are facing today is discoverability. How do they cut through the clutter? There's so many new digital sources, so many new media, like we're used to portals and search engines, but now we've got Facebook, we've got GetGlue, we've got Flickster, got to worry about all these things. So we wanted to do some survey research, so we surveyed about 1,000 US consumers and asked them how they find new content and entertainment. One of the things we found out was they use very traditional means, that new media like social networks or some of those new applications are only used by 10, 15, 20% of the population. So of the people who were actually aggressively using those new means, things like Facebook or GetGlue, those users that we call social discoverers, there's about 17% of the online population. They're a highly desirable audience. They're big consumers of media. They actually convert better in terms of paying for digital content, and they're also very influential with their friends. 36% of them say their friends come to them for advice on content and entertainment, which is like twice as high as the average. And they also spread the word through these digital means. So I think if you cultivate these fans and then use them to spread the word, and then particularly if you can get them to help drive your audience back to your site, because it's true a lot of engagement is going to happen on Facebook, but you don't have very much control as a media company over that experience. Facebook is pretty rigid in what they'll let you do on your page, and they'll try to sell the ads rather than you selling the ads and things like that. So I think a lot of media companies would find themselves successful if they could use Facebook as an audience attraction means or an audience acquisition means, and then sort of gracefully or gently or over time convince them that the real good stuff happens back at our site, and then drive the traffic back there. And they can't give up on their old traditional means, because what we found is that even though the social media is growing rapidly in terms of adoption, it's still not the main way most people find out about things. So you've got to create campaigns or promotions that actually work across media. So it's got to work on TV, it's got to work in print as well as in the social media. So I'm hoping people will take that message away.
Meredith is the largest publisher covering women in America and around the globe. We are traditionally a print publisher, but have now moved to being the #1 digital publisher in food and the #2 or 3 in women's lifestyle on the internet. So we've evolved from, a very viable, lucrative monthly publishing model to being moment-by-moment publishers across multiple platforms. It's a huge change for the whole corporation. We think differently about how we create content, how we distribute content. The entire editorial process has changed to be much more metrics-driven as well as insight-driven. It's a big cultural as well as a process change on the back end. We have to become much more of a technology and an internet company. We have the incredibly privileged position of speaking to women. And women are the drivers of this internet economy. They're the heaviest users of Facebook, of Twitter, of Amazon, of Groupon. They're very, very engaged in using the internet both to find information about that they need for their daily lives, as well as to consume content that they find entertaining and enriching. So our audience is large, growing, engaged, and excited about leveraging experiencing our brands on many different platforms. The adaptation for us into a tablet environment involves a certain amount of pain of, how many different platforms there are and how quickly they're emerging. And so we make an evaluation of what we think the scale of that audience is going to be and whether they're really going to be targeting our demographic of, sort of mass market women. And then we make a call. Some of it is fact-based and some of it is kind of gut-based. So it's a lot of effort for us as a publisher to reach audiences on so many different devices and operating systems. So thinking about pricing in the digital space requires us to, really look at our value proposition by platform and determine which content is free, which content is behind a paywall, which content is subscription content. And that's an evolving process for us and one that, we do a lot of analysis on.
That's all for this week from the IFV News team. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to check back every day right here at ifvnews.com for the latest on what's happening around the globe in the medium and small business world.